Well, hello. Today is Saturday, April 20th, the day before Easter. Happy Passover. Happy Easter to everybody for tomorrow. I went to my meeting, and the meeting today was about eating what you love. And with Easter coming tomorrow and Passover today, I know that it's going to be difficult. I know that Esther Newman had told me that matzah is very high in points, but I think that it's one day a year. You can, eat within reason, I guess. That's the whole point of what they're going to tell you to do is eat what you love. I did have a gain this week, a very small gain. I gained zero point 0.4. My stickers, I put good job and good week because I got these little stars from Michelle Cup, and I wanted to use them. I really thought I was going to have a loss today, but I did have a slight gain. I gained 0.4, which brings my total to 66.8, and I'm at 237.4. I'm really flirting with that 240, which I don't like. I had every intention last Saturday to do well this week, and it was Holy Week, and I did fast most of the week, almost all of the week. The only thing, Sunday is the only day I didn't fast. But I wasn't trying to lose weight this week. I was just strictly doing it because it was Holy Week. But I think it does prove the theory that you need to eat to lose weight, because I was way under my points every day. I was like 10 to 15 points, and I get 24 points. So I was like averaging 10 or 12 points a day. So you would think that you would lose weight. I did not go into this week with any hope well, I shouldn't say without any hope, without any anticipation. It wasn't my goal to lose weight this week. It was just to honor God, and that's what I did. And it'll show up. Your body fluctuates for various reasons, and I did eat out twice this week, so it could be a sodium gain. I did make healthy choices when I ate out. In the past, I would have ate out and I would chose very poorly, as they say, but I did make smart choices. And but when you eat out, they have so much preservatives and things that it is a lot of sodium. I ate out on Wednesday and Thursday, and it is what it is. I know in the past I said, oh, that, I'm not going to let it bother me, and then I let it bother me. This week I can truly say with all honesty, I'm not going to let it bother me, because I didn't go this week with the purpose of trying to lose weight. It was just to fast and just be in my faith is all. But that's enough of that. Anyway, today they're talking about is eat what you love. And they say if you often overdo it with a favorite food, maybe you should think that you should just swear off of it. How many of us have done that? I really love, like me, I love Suzy Q's. And you know what? I'm not going to have them anymore. I think that I'm finding that even though I'm not having my Suzy Q's, I'm looking for other things, substitutes. My new passion now, which I didn't have this week, but is nuts. I just love nuts. And they're high in points, but they're high because they're high in fat, but it's a healthy fat. And I could have them and incorporated into my plan, but for some reason I'm just going to kind of go crazy with that. And with the pretzel rods, I'm going crazy with pretzel rods. So, I'm substituting something, trying to replace that feeling, and I should probably just suck it up, buttercup, use the points, have it, enjoy it, and then move on. And that's what they're trying to tell you, which is what they say. You could wind up craving that forbidden food even more. And that's what I've been doing. I've been craving it even more. If you lack a plan to manage it, you do come across that you might eat more than you want to. I'm eating more nuts than I want to. I probably would be better off just eating the Suzy Q or a Twinkie or something like that. Just eating it, get it over with. Tomorrow is Easter. I do plan on having a small slice of banana cream pie. I could very easily say I'm not going to have any, but why am I going to deprive myself? I'm just going to have a small slice, figure it into my points, and then move on. I'm not going to use any of my weeklies today. I'm going to save them for tomorrow. I get 42 weeklies and 24 dailies. If I can't eat 64 points in a day, less than 64 points in a day, that's going back to my old lifestyle. And I'm not going back there. I'm just not. That's just not a lifestyle for me anymore. If you, that's what I'm trying to think. I was trying to paraphrase this, but I need to say it. If you lack a plan to manage, if you come across something that you want, if you don't have a plan to manage it, you're gonna get frustrated, you're going to feel guilty, and you're going to eat way more than you need to. And that's very true. Instead of depriving yourself of it, plan mindfully to eat what you love when you love it. That way you won't feel deprived, you'll have a more balanced approach to the food, and you'll truly have a delight in it. If I'm going to sneak, I don't really sneak because I'm not a child, but in a way I do. If I sneak a Suzy Q or something in and think, well, you know what, I'm just not going to add it on my points, I'm just going to sneak it in, then that's a guilt thing. Figure it into your points, own up to it, and just say, you know what, I had it, I liked it, I enjoyed it, and move on. It doesn't necessarily mean I have to eat the whole Suzy Q. I could eat half of the Suzy Q and then put the other half in the refrigerator or in the cupboard or in the pantry, and then just have the other half the next day, half the points. That way I'd enjoy it 2 days in a row rather than just eating it one day, being done with it within 5 minutes. That way if I only had a half of it, I might savor it a little bit more, enjoy every bite, and then not feel guilty and feel satisfied at the same time. Each time you enjoy something without overdoing it, you boost your confidence, which is true, which is like I said, if I only ate half one day and half the next day, I would feel a little bit better about myself. I'd have enjoyed the food that much more, and it would have fulfilled my need for that. And it's sad to think that you need a certain food, but let's face it, we all need something. It's just part of our makeup. It's just a way, unless you were brought up only eating fruits and vegetables and never eating sugar or sweets and stuff, then you would never have this urge for it. But even as a small child, you go to the bank, they give you a sucker, like when you're with your mother, they always give you a sucker. If you go to the when I was growing up, when you went to the supermarket, they always had like little suckers underneath it, they'd give you a sucker. When you went to the doctors, you always got a little piece of candy or something. Like if you're going to get a shot or something, your mom always got you a treat. That's just, you fell down and hurt yourself, you had a cookie. It's just the way we were brought up. And so now we just have to retrain our mind and how we're going to do it. These are 5 steps that you can do to try to help you out. Number 1, choose a food you love but feel you should avoid. And then decide how much you're going to eat of it, when you're going to eat it, where you're going to eat it, and how much of the portion size of it you're going to have. Then calculate how much the value of the points are to figure it into your plan for the day. And then choose when and where you're going to eat it. You can say, like, I'm going to have a slice of banana cream pie tomorrow. I'm going to have it after dinner, and I'm going to have it sitting at the table, not in front of the TV. I'm going to have it sitting at the table where I can enjoy the conversation of everybody at the same time. And sometimes it's better to, like, I love a Suzy Q, but I love a fresh baked donut more. A fresh baked donut is the same amount of points as a Suzy Q. I could make a point of going to the store or to the bakery, getting one donut, and then bringing it home and knowing I'm going to enjoy it. And I only had the one donut because don't go to the package. Don't get them by the dozen. They'll sell them to you. I found that out. They sell them to you just one. Just one. You don't have to buy the whole dozen. I know, everybody knew that. But I always thought when you go in there, you got to buy a dozen. No, you don't. You really don't. And number 5 is enjoy it with others to quiet your self-criticism about what you might think that you should be eating. Everybody thinks, well, I shouldn't have the pie. I shouldn't have that piece of cake. I shouldn't have that. I should probably have that instead. No, have what you want, enjoy it, but within limitations. And then pick a day of the week for when you are ready to put your plan into action. Mine will definitely not be on a Sunday because as much as I'm trying to overcome my Sunday mindset, saying that on a Sunday I'm going to have a treat, not a cheat, a treat is really, I know in my mind, is going to throw me off. I should say, like on Tuesday or Wednesday, I'm going to have a treat and look forward to it then. And the anticipation, like Christmas or holidays or anniversaries or parties, the anticipation of it is always, to me, more exciting than the actual event. Because then when the event happens, it's all, and then it's done. And it's like, did I waited for this? It's just the anticipation for me is always better. So I think that the anticipation of knowing, like on Wednesday, I'm going to have a donut might help me get through Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Just knowing that on Wednesday I can have a donut. But we talked about surviving a holiday dinner, which is tomorrow, obviously, or today, as the case may be. And the first thing you want to do is rest up. Rest up the night before a holiday by getting at least 7 hours of sleep, because a recent study shows that even if you have just a short night's sleep, you tend to make poor choices food-wise, and you can gain more weight because you're making poor food choices. Number 2 is choose wisely. Don't choose the foods that you can have any day of the week, any day of the year. If somebody makes something special that you really like, have it, a small portion of it, and eat that first so that you really enjoy it. And like we talked about at our meeting, really the only bites you really remember are your first and your last. So maybe plan on thinking you're only going to have 4 bites of it. So just put like 4 bites on your plate, and the first bite, really, really savor it. Just think, oh, this is so good. Then have your next 2 bites and eat it. And then your last bite, because you know it's your last bite, really savor it. And then it'll fulfill the urge that you wanted for that certain food, the food that you're not going to get every day of the year. I love salads. I have salads all the time. I'm not going to waste my plate space on a salad. I'm going to have stuffing because Christy's making a turkey. I love stuffing, which is bread. I love bread. It was my downfall. But, you know, I don't have stuffing every day of the week. I only have it once in a while. I'm going to have a little bit of stuffing. Maybe I'll avoid having the mashed potatoes because I can have potatoes any day of the week. But stuffing, no, that's a little bit. Although I do like stovetop, but stovetop is no comparison to homemade stuffing. Number 3 is pour wisely. Now this could be no matter what you're pouring. They're suggesting wine that you should count 1, 2, 3 because just because you say you have a half a glass, there's different sized glasses, and so you can very easily choose poorly on that. If you're going to have a pop, just limit it to 1 can if you're going to have one. Even at 1 can, I think it's 13 points, 13 or 14 points. But if that's what you want for that one day, figure it in. But pour it into a glass or drink it out of a straw, but just know that that's the only one you're going to have. If you're doing it from a 2-liter bottle, measure out 1, 2, 3, because then that'll give you like, kind of like the, and not 1, 2, no, you go 1, 2, 3, and then that would pretty much give you a true little half glass of pop. Number 4 is downsize your plate. Everybody knows that. If you trick your brain into thinking, I have started using smaller plates. I've been using luncheon plates, and you can only fit so much food on a luncheon plate. It still looks like a lot of food, and your brain sees that and thinks, oh, that's a lot of food. And so you're starting half the battle is your brain is already telling you, you know, that's pretty good. Let's go with that. And number 5 is think small. Take smaller bites. You'll take more bites, but then you'll think that you're eating it more. It'll give your brain time to know, you know what, I'm full. Because a lot of times, how many times have we kept eating and eating and eating, and we haven't given our brain a chance to catch up? Because it takes a little while from the stomach to signal the brain that you're full. So even if you have to put your fork down between each bite. I don't do that. I know that they say you should do that, but I think if you're more mindful of how slow you're eating, I'm a slow eater anyhow, but that's because of my teeth. It's not because of any diet plan that I'm trying, but if you eat a little bit slower, you get full. Your brain is able to register that you're getting full. So anyway, tomorrow, eat what you love within moderation. Don't deprive yourself of anything. Don't weigh yourself on Monday, especially if you're having ham tomorrow, because if you're having ham, you're going to have a 5 or 6 or 7 pound gain on Monday because of the sodium in the meats. And even if you ate a little crazy, you can easily gain 6 or 7 pounds, and psychologically that'll throw you off. If you really insist on weighing yourself, wait until Wednesday, because you'll be back on track Monday, Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning when you weigh yourself, that'll be the true weight loss or weight gain that you had on Sunday. I'm wishing everybody a happy Easter, a happy Passover. I hope you liked what you saw today. If you did, please leave me a comment. Hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and share it if you think somebody might like to see it. So once again, happy Easter, happy Passover. Okay, the weekly this week is about eat what you love. And he looks to me like, I don't know what his name is, which one he is, but I watch Nick and Jean-Luc, Weight Watcher WW Gaze. he looks to me like one of them. Anyway, I think it might be him because I think that on one of their videos they said that they were going to be an ambassador. I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. But today we talked about eating what you love, not depriving yourself, and I think that's just really good advice. And then the menu is for a broccoli and cheddar frittata. I've never had a frittata, but I'm doing a collab with Weight Watchers with Carrie that's supposed to come out, I think, on the 30th. And I've already done 3 of my dinners, and so I thought this would be a pretty interesting breakfast to do. And but my question is, if anybody's had a frittata, is how long you can keep it in the refrigerator, or does it freeze well? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm really curious, because Jim will not eat this because there's broccoli in it, and I love broccoli. And then anybody that's going to go to an Easter brunch, this is the points values that you can think of. My difference that I would do is, if you do it yourself, if you do the Kodiak pancakes, it's 5 points for a half a cup serving, which makes you like 2 good-sized pancakes. The syrup, I use a sugar-free syrup for 1 point. The French toast, I use the hillbilly bread, which is 3 points for 2 slices, and the eggs are free. And then what was the other one I was going to choose? The bagel, I use a Lender's plain bagel. A half of a bagel is only 3 points. Instead of cream cheese, I use the Laughing Cow cheese, which is only 1 point. Really, a half a tablespoon of butter is enough. This one I don't understand, the scrambled eggs. The only thing I can think of is because they probably made it with milk. And then just little jokes at the end here. So, remember this week, eat what you love, but within moderation.